Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised. And the this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become. In being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 299th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, Education Department, and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host once again in this weekly series of broadcasts presented by members of the Universal Council who are here, some of them of which are here to be present for today's show, and some of them are in London preparing and participating in the ambassadors meeting and all the events before that this week. So we have a bit of a split Universal Council, but they're doing their business in the London area with Mr. Keshe. Okay, let's get into today's show. Let me get the PDF ready here. And we will begin.
Hello, thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. And again, always welcome, 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 suswagatam, as here in India says, when we welcome somebody or some lovers. Welcome, welcome to the beautiful, beautiful energy of all knowledge seekers. So much universal. And welcome to the beautiful, beautiful energy, beautiful beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome to the beautiful, beautiful energy of one planet, one race, one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. See the beauty and totality here, the oneness, and we are in. And welcome, welcome to the beautiful energy of all that exists. So,
Hello, Shweta, we can't hear you.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Actually, I talked with you about the experience, and thank you so much for coming here all the time. Thank you so much for all the time unifying the all soul for the peace. The first province transmutation was last year during the Reactor group workshop with Jalala and Rick. You remember Rick?
Sorry, pardon me.
Yeah, the first transmutation this last year during the Reactor group when
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The same pressure at the base of the skull, the brain, and the back is the one I have felt in some monthly Zoom sessions. I'm sorry, I write and read because my English is perfect. Thank you. The one on October, second session in October, during the transmutation sessions, the transmutation towards the end, I was in a large lobby and talking to Rafael. He told me to look at the magazine that was on the table. I turned it around and said something to Mario. Rafael talked to Mario, who was leaving. I didn't want to look at him. I told him that he should go first for the girl, that there was no time to look at the magazine because show we to answers to Mrs. Kate. I went into the next room and took to the girl's hands and went out with her, crossing on the other side. There was a lot of blood on the floor. And it looked like a body wrapped in white bed sheet. Think it was his father. I was in a hurry. Why? because we should go out, and I was looking for a plug. Because I said the cell phone had no charge, and I showed answer to Mr. K's questions. Because mostly the time during the end section, Mr. Case asked to the question and write for the questions for the test, no? I keep walking with the girl holding hands, and suddenly I opened my hand. I had the cell phone. I started talking and writing the final survey. Analyzing later, I understood that I thought I was going to look for my girl, but it wasn't like that because at the end, I had transmuted to the Gaza conflict zone to help. We made the souls available to deliver everything that they were in need of there. That's why I was talking this girl out of there. I understood it after analyzing what happened. That is because every time we dispose our soul to elevate the others, and that each being takes what their needs. That is how is this done. That is why the action of war leaders, the world leaders are changing. They are setting out to find ways for the peace. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, beautiful soul, because we are the soul of peace. This is my testimony. Thank you so much.
Elizabeth, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for your sharing, my dear. Now we can start reading, Elizabeth?
Yes. Start reading for Claudia. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity. I will start now. Is extractive from teaching 510. Then you understand the physicality of the man has kept the soul of the man prisoner through what it consumes from this planet in the matter state. When the time comes that the man will live only through the breathing cycle that creates enough energy, in that the soul of the man will have the capability and the power to absorb all the energy needs. Man will be encapsulated, and then that's the time he can transmute. This is what we do with you in the systems. When you feel, you fly. When you feel, you have been somewhere. Now you understand the knowledge, the technology. But there is a crucial point. In many of my teachings, I always say, when we start the first flight system, when I saw the first flight system in Tehran University, but the truth is, question came, what's the next? How do you fit the man in space? We arrived on the moon, sit in a box, open the door in a monkey suit. What's the pleasure of coming here? Opening another prison in the clothes of men? This is why we set out to develop technologies for food, for medicine, for agriculture. And it's taken 15 years. You see, oh, I put a headphone. I don't get Alzheimer's. Oh, I eat again. I don't need to eat. Oh, I can do this. I can make that. All this has taken 15 years, and this is what we call the auxiliary side, a new way of technology, where lift and motion has come to, need to, add to, exist in space. So we develop the flight, and with knowledge seekers jumping up and down, growing seeds coming to the session, see how your soul expands and the rest. We got the knowledge, technology completed, but now you have another dilemma. Your dilemma starts today in this teaching, and your dilemma cannot be answered by one. No one except you. We have taught you And I said the same as Sharif University in 2008. We showed you to fly. Now you use the dimension of the soul to encapsulate physicality. We send you to planet Zeus. When you send you to the Mars, you get yourself to the moon. And then you convert according to the time, place, and the space, and all the fields. But your problem starts now. On Earth, you use the energies of the air to absorb the seed, to absorb the energy. On the moon, there is no food, you have to move. There's no air, you cannot breathe. How do you be connected, elevate your soul? That you landed by mistake. You become a stone. Now you want to be a creature who moves, or I don't like this. I want to go back to Earth, but I need the energy. I need the connection. How do you absorb energy from the universal fields? Now that you have no mouth to eat, no nose to breathe, to put the seed, to elevate the soul. And maybe if you sit as a stone there, you need 1,000,000 years before the strength absorbed by the stone, which you have manifest yourself, maybe give you the elevation to high enough to come back to Earth. But at the time you come to Earth, the meteorite has hit the thing. It doesn't exist on the rest. Now your dilemma comes now. How do you feed your soul in space? What's the secret of feeding your soul? What's the method of being able to be functional as a being once you arrive through the dimension of the fields of the universe, in the plasma strength of the soul of the man? Now you want to transmute, which means you want to take this shape, time, place of the moon. But this time there is no mouth, there is no nose, there is nothing else. How do you absorb energy even to sustain your existence on the moon? Because you are attraction field and giving of field, and a little bit goes too much, the plasma opens up. Sugar cube in a hot water of tea. How do I keep this integrity? How do you hold to its existence? How do you change that position? I'm sure many of you have found the answer. Many of you know the answer. And if you know, and if you don't know, what's your option? There are two ways. You can create the seed that allows the soul to be always in charge and it doesn't allow it to disintegrate or become a stone and sit there for millions of years. I said this once in one. Next time you look at the picture of the moon and see a big boulder or a big stone, ask yourself one question, just for the fun of it. Whose soul has made that boulder and he forgot? He didn't know how to tend, and he has to sit there for billions of years. Maybe it's to ground great and grandfather's souls. Hit the moons by mistake and he couldn't convert. This is the difference between the man with the emotion, with the man as a traveler, the man as a transmuter, using his soul to travel, and the man as a star, as a stone, as a cosmic dust, just from the soul of the man, that can never convert, can never transmute. If you don't get this part, you become that plasma, which you wanted to transmute, forget how to do it, and now it's become a stone dust. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, my dear. Opening. What's next? How do we How do we feed the man on the moon? What's next? How do we feed the man on the moon without taking food? Now for you is, what's next? Can I put the small seed that my soul extract energy from the environment, that I can manifest myself and sustain life? Because in this place, there is no air for me to breathe, to bring that seed. Now, not with the oxygen, even though the planet has its own dimension, how do you make a channel to attract peace from the environment of the space you land yourself in? As I said, there are two ways. One is the emotion of the man, the emotion of the soul, good and bad, thinking good, doing good, creating the emotion to create the circulation of the fields that became the seed of the attracting the fields of the universe to allow the soul to be in transmutation, not where the soul is released as a dead body of the man. No connection, but there is now point which you as transmuters have carried with you, which is the secret of your success. It's the soul of physicality because it's embedded in you. You have already discounted your life when you took the path of material condition. Then if you understand this, you have answered what is taken as us 15 years to teach you about how to make guns for food. Blah, blah, blah. Where now you decide what energy field I can get from the environment of the existence of the soul to achieve what it need. The emotion of the comfort and pleasure of existence is in the times, place, and position that I can manifest myself, or at least I can enjoy the field of strength of environment. I I do not need to become a Martian to enjoy. I can stay in the dimension of the fields that has life, absorbs energy from the Mars, and tangible. I became non-physical, tangible entity as a plasma of the existence in the environment. Don't we see that these are upper atmosphere, so it should not be that hard for you to exist anywhere in the universe without giving yourself a dimension of physicality. Now you understand. With guns mixing it, doing this, doing that, we showed how you can use them for health, for food, for uh, blah blah blah, for fertilizer and the rest. Now you now your dilemma is, you are learning to travel with the soul of the man and entrapped in it, the soul of physicality of the man as a plasma, and how you use these two to manifest yourself in the form of entity or fields anywhere in the universe. And the only one and the only way you can get these two monkeys working together is the emotion and nothing else. When one soul doesn't lie to the other for its better existence, when one soul in emotion looks after the both, they shall not lie, talk good, think good, and do good. And end of you with do-gooders for your own soul in the universe. Now you understand where the teaching is gathering a strength to become in all dimensions. Now you got rid of the monkey suit. Now how do you feed the monkey? You learn to travel how to feed the monkey. You get a hole in that monkey suit in the space. The monkey is monkeyed. You learn to travel in the dimension of the soul. Even you are wearing the suit of a monkey, you still can survive in any dimension. Now that the man is educated and almost the cycle of life through the dimension of soul, how many of you will go with physical dimension into space between earth and moon, for example, and jump off a dimension of physicality uh, instantaneously convert in the strength of the fields of the soul of the man. Soul of man, soul of the man, soul of man, and within seconds appear on the table, having Sunday lunch with moms, and mom says to you, weren't you going today for parachuting? Mama, I did, but this time I parachuted from space. Space. But no clothing, no parachutes. The only emergency parachute on your back is understand how to work with the soul of physicality in the soul of the man, and create a dimension that allows you to create the gravitational field of earth, allows you to absorb life, feel strength for your soul, and the emotion of the presence of the position, time, and space. But what do you take with you when you jump, of the spaceship in between Earth and the moon, or in the space? What is your parachute? What is your parachute? What is your safety net? What have you understood? That the way you are born from the womb of the mother, you jump out of the liquid environment into the air, and you go, wow. And then you survive because you learn to absorb the energy through the first breath from the conversion of the fields of the air of the man to feed your soul. What cries your soul will make when you transmute in the dimension of your physicality into the soul of man. It's in a way the reversal of the cycle of the life on this planet at the point of birth in the dimension of physicality. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
The interesting thing is, would you still cry when you go back from the dimension of the physicality to the dimension of the soul? We have seen those who travel from the soul to physicality do cry. The emotion of tears, but we don't see any tears. How many of you have been in the system and you say, I cried, I could feel the tear, but there is no tear. You think it touched. But as observers outside, we don't see any tear. It's just the emotion that is so real that it gives you the feeling of the wetness, but is nothing there. How many of you went into the system? How many of you have used the head units and still come out with the same? Those of you who come to the London conferences and the ambassadorial conferences, you will have fun with this. You need to have fun with this. You need to understand that the fun is to have, and how you can jump without a parachute in the depths of the universe, using the strength of the fields of not the physicality, but the energy within you. Trusting in yourself, understanding the work of the universe. Now you understand. You came here today to learn, but now you have a dilemma to sort out. If you want to be the passengers of the universe on your own accord, on your own standard, and how you test, you cannot go into space and jump. I made a mistake. There is no air. I can't breathe. I do not know how to do. There is no room for error. But would your body automatically change into that position? The teachings. The cycle of the test which we have put for you, starting with the light between your hands, is the beginning of teaching you how to feed yourself in space through the soul. In the beginning of the space is in teaching you how to be able to manage to keep the integrity of the soul of the man. Soul of the man, STM, and the soul of physicality, of the man together, that somewhere in space you will convert. And then we come to the beautiful part. When you achieve that, when you come to that, then your second dilemma starts. What's the use to becoming a passenger of the transmutation of space when you don't have your loved ones with you? You go to the moon, you're on your own. You go mental, like crazy after a week, 2 weeks. How do you tune to the field strength of your lover, your child, your grandmother, your dog, the cat, and the tree you like? Knowing you knowing you all have the same common denominator. First commandment, thou shalt not steal. You cannot lock and steal the souls because you want to go to the moon. You're coming with me. I'll lock the doors. I'm going to the cinema. You have no choice. I'm driving. I've got the button and I've got the ignition. You sit in the car where I go, you come. In the dimension of the soul, you don't have that. Every man drives his own car, where it depends which man would like to go up with you. There will be no waiting. I go there and I see we're going together, even though you go and see each other, if you get it right. But you can't grab the physicality or tie it up to the soul and drag it out with you, because that's stealing. Now you understand the real process of transmutation. The real process of life starts when the first step is we go through the transmutation of the light. Not necessarily you'll see the light, not necessarily you'll feel the light, but you ride the condition of the transmutation. Many of you say, oh, I had no feeling, I had no dreams. So shall be between your hands, no lights, because you're still passenger of the frontal belief. He's still that guy who gets the McGrath and does not see the fields of McGrath. So the teachings gradually, as you've seen through the test trials and the rest, is heading for the questions of the scientists in Sheriff Tehran University of 15 years. What's next? We learned to fly. What's next? We made the shielding. What's next? I hope today I brought you to a new headache, a beautiful headache, where man transmutes and not man dies to become another point dust in the universe. Thank you. Lizzie?
Elizabeth.
Hello? I'm sorry, my mic is closed. Okay, I brought you the thinking. Now you understand. You are happy with the seeds of the energy to convert in your body. Now you understand your breathing feeds the soul. And that's it that attract for more from the space. Now you feed the monkey. How do you feed the monkey in space? In the level of the soul, that even through interaction of the fields can lead to the creation of the monkey, in essence of the emotion as a man. But inside, he sees himself, he had 4 legs, 2 hearts, and 20 eyes. Don't I need this? This is my new look on the moon. Can I have half of them blue, half of them yellow? 1 leg longer, but this makes it more attractive for the other one. Soul which sees me like this. The true cycle of life starts when the man learns about the transmutation of his own soul and then learns how to survive, how to exist, how to go through the dimension. I hope thus of you understand, and you have already understood the transmutation. Understand how to feed the monkey, the point, the time, and the place that the monkey does not die. Where are adding to the books, adding to the knowledge, and saying how it takes shape. We can't separate the new knowledge of us from what we had before, because all the time we go back to it. When we change the dimension of physicality, we go back to it. We need it. How do we boil in the position? What is the wine velocity of soul? When you change the physicality, are you going to manifest at the feeder, and where are you going to land? You understand. So it's a 2-tier job. It's a 2-tier work. And one is the dimension of physicality, one dimension of energy, and we have to keep it up. So we are not rewriting the books. We are adding to the books. We are adding the knowledge, but the knowledge we didn't have is like. What you put is just now that we found the word of engineer, like engineer. We have a car. We get right for off all the donkeys. No, we still have a donkey. We still have horses. We even measure of the car how many horses it has. It has. The car has 100 horsepower. Which horse? And what did the horse eat and what was his power? All the horses are not the same, but we still refer to it. So we haven't finished. It's just we are amalgamation. We are not rewriting books. We are adding to technologies. It's a big difference. Question: Can your soul talk to the using words? Mr. Case, I presume so. Yes, because that is only way you can communicate. I presume yes. You want to see a light? You want to see an image? You want to hear it's a voice? You want to feel it's a touch? All depends how do you want to accept and what do you believe in. To see it, to understand it, or you call in premonition or whatever. Yes, you can. But how you hear it? Go back to the teaching for last week. I said when you fall in love, loving someone, then you understand the difference between the love in the dimension of solo physicality and the solo demand, even though it's loving or the same thing. Other question. Yes, mine's talking to me even using hand signals, Mr. Kate. So, Rick, so I guess that is different in language other than word. Perhaps the soul works more with image rather than words, Mr. Case. It depends how we much are physicality and how much we are emotion. If you understand the emotion, you don't need to see. If you need to see something, then you actually need an image to believe to do. You more or less work with the emotion. You work with the back of your head. If you work with the physical dimension, you work with the front side of your brain. We see that in your system. Mr. Kethrow, your example, other the people. Mr. Keth, through your example, the Creator teaches us to serve wherever we are, regardless of the situation. Is serving unconditionally position our soul to serve the common good for the good of all souls, the nourishment for all souls? What? Rick, is the act of serving unconditionally the nourishment for our souls? Mr. Kate, what do you mean? Rick, well, I guess he is asking if you position yourself to be of service of the good for all base of all souls is what a way for the nurturing your soul. That conditional serving is that the food for the soul, Mr. K. Yeah. The thing is depend what do you call serving, huh? And how we serve. Do I presume sitting in the corner and praying to elevate with no work. The process of elevation comes in tuning connection to be able to give. Two magnets physically in distance from each other are connected but cannot affect the other or one to move. Till you bring them close, till you strengthen the link or bring them close together, that they can interact, can influence the other. And this is the same in the man. You have to target the soul. The Universal Council did this a few times where they connect with the soul of the world leaders and we saw the change. This is how do you have to do it. Target practicing directly in every shape or form. Not giving like that, the guy told that they wanted to move the cup in the classroom in Italy. Make it available that you need is there for you elevate, that is there to take. The difference between me and you moving a cup is very big. I tell the cup, the soul of the cup, I will elevate elevate my soul. I will give me pressure. I could see that your soul moves. The when the cups move, or then just me pushing it, kicking off the throwing it to be moved, or pressuring with the brain, move, 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 and then use it. And how did it work? I explained it this many, many times. Thank you so much. Today as a woman readers. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, my dear Diane. Thank you. So, salam, namaste, salute, beautiful souls. Now we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Here are the beautiful wish. Is the beautiful wish and more wishes. And I welcome my dear Claudia. You can read the wish, if you may. I mean,
Yes.
welcome. Oh,
We, the universal,
thank you.
the Universal Council, give from our soul to all governments to create the conditions for peace, delivering technology offered by the Keshe Foundation to all their citizens. I'm present. We are present.
We are present. We are present. Beautiful. Yes, the beautiful wish to all government officials. All don't block anymore anything. So now we are two more wishes. I will read it from the chats. I will 1 minute. Yes. Here's the beautiful wish from all of us. We wish for the universal transfer of knowledge to bring peace to all beings. We are present. And Lisbeth, there's the second, third wish.
Yes.
Chat, you can.
Yes,
Okay,
the other.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. We give for you our energy, our center, our souls to world governments, everything they need to create the condition for peace through accepting, embracing, and delivering to their nationals any technology offered by the Keshe Foundation. We wish is to come.
We are
Thank
present.
You. We are the soul of peace. Thank you.
We are. Thank you. And there is another wish also. I will read it here in the what. We establish the path of each being to take what they need for their life and elevation. We are present. Beautiful. And now we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Here I welcome Diane, my dear. You can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. It's Diane. Namaste. Blessings. I'm going to share how I meditate, or like go into this state of like to reach the soul, and I go into my heart, and I learned from going to meditations to rub your heart, and I guess that helps activate or helps center you. And then I think you all know what to do. I hope you all know what to do, and we probably all do different things to get us into that state. Number one, relax, which I have a problem doing. So everybody relax. Okay, and our soul connection. I think it's important that we all connect with London, with the ambassadors there to give from our soul. That's all we can do. And that's plenty, I guess. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and we'll get on with our soul connection, everybody. And oh, I do want to say that, well, I figured out, but I don't know if it's true. Like everything's in our head. Like the universe is inside you. And I always thought like how, but it's the field. But the fields aren't all activated. We have to take step by step to activate them. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. Okay, thank you for listening. And on with the soul connection. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Diane, my dear. Beautiful. Thank you. And thank you, beautiful souls. Always be in this connection and elevate each other, love each other. Thank you. Thank you so much. Rick, now we can go to the next slide. Thank you. Here's the flyer that has been posted in every telegram of Keshe Foundation uh, um, for the invitation of the ambassadors, leaders, world leaders, government officials, and for it is for every knowledge seeker, as it was in demand that every knowledge seekers from all around the world could be able to invite their leader and welcome them to the conference, so that from all communities, from all nations, the whole world will get benefit, and all beings will be get benefited out of it. So this is open. The invitation is also there. So you can, as it was posted in the telegram, and everybody can give this invitation to their, well, I will say your favorite leader. So here is the part. Be part of revolution in science and technology. Fourth World Ambassadors Conference, Keshe Space Plasma Science and Technology in Exchange for Peace. Beautiful. See, this is the energy. Well, energy of, a balanced way. Well, I was going to say burst of energy, but really, it is a burst of joy. You can see this, and this is beautiful, and this is so welcoming, and we all wish for benefit of all lovers of the world. And then here is some description about Keshe Space Plasma Science and Technology. Introduces and presents radical breakthrough systems and technologies that have and will change every aspect of all present international space programs, bringing forward endless new opportunities and discoveries in space exploration and their immediate benefit for evolution of science and technology for every man on this planet, for every man of this planet, really. And Keshe Foundation supports and shares technology that all nations, irrespective of color, race, or financial capability, can become equal participants in newly discovered plasma science and technologies developed from space exploration without the use of present propulsion systems. The shared use of the new space plasma science and technology brings about equality and opportunities for permanent world peace. This is the beauty. Every nation, small or big, this is not a G20, this is for all. So take part, my dear beautiful souls, whoever is capable to take part. So, and book any of the upcoming events. Fourth World Ambassador Conference in London. And you can see the November 11th, which is very near in London. And the date is, it is the time, most probably. And then there's the Plasma Space Traveler second seminar. That was the first seminar on 4th of November. Fourth seminar on November 11th in London. And November 6th, and it has gone, I think, London. And it is the time, I think, second seminar. And again, London Conference Introduction to Keshe Plasma Space, November 11th and 12th, 2023. I'm sorry, I didn't mention the year. All is in 2023 in London, and this is the time mentioned, as you can see in the screen. So, and you can contact at info@keshe.foundation anytime. So, my dear Rick, anything more we have to say about this conference? Well,
Just that the plasma space, whoops, to be careful what I touch here. The a plasma space traveler second seminars from November 6th to November 10th is what it indicates there. So it's a 4-day seminar, basically, from 10 till 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. Okay, what else can we say about that?
I want to say that, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say that this is an invitation to all, you know. We are like family. We are all there. No? Without even there, we are, as we have talked about soul connection. So connect with the souls, my dear one, from wherever you are. Always physicality is not necessary, but your soul, your love is very necessary in this moment. Unconditional love. Give as much as you can. Thank you. Thank you, my dear Rick.
And also there's, let me get it up here. There's a separate publication, a PDF for the actual ambassadors. It's entitled Your Excellency at the top there. And I think these are actually designed to be printed off as flyers and should be printed on very nice paper and bent in the middle on the fold there. And then it would be something you could put on a tabletop or send in a letter and that kind of thing. And this particular one is designed for the actual ambassadors as an invitation. And the other one is the corporate event booking, which is the previous one that we're looking at here. Be part of the revolution in science and technology. And if I just touch this, it seems to go to the next. Okay, there we are. Okay, I guess that's enough for that. Unless there's any questions.
Yes, thank you. Yes, any questions or anything to ask? No, Rick, if there is no question for this particular invitation for ambassadors and all leaders, any question, Rick?
Maybe it's almost time for send more because Mr. Keshe, okay, you not that well, maybe you send again. So invite more people in London or more people near the countries to London. So much.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
I don't know, many people involved in that technology because it's very, very important. I invited, maybe we are invited many people. I invite directly the community to the Peruvian Indians. I don't know, maybe come or not because maybe it's not sufficient time, but I wait. The all nations is present at that moment. Like the presidents and some appear. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, my dear Elizabeth. We all are manifesting this creation that all leaders are there for the benefit of their people. And this is the beauty of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. So, yes, yeah.
There's additional details on the Keshe Foundation store site. At the top of the store, the top left, you'll see the Ambassadors Conference, London. And when you click on that, it gives additional information, as well as an alternate ticket and payment system that's available through the Ticket Ferry system. And when we click on that, we go to a different website that has information and ability to get tickets there. And the 3 events are also listed in on the Keshe Foundation site. Okay. Anything else we should talk about that?
Well, thank you, my dear. Well, I think, well, this is all our wishes, that go to the page, my dear beautiful souls, and bring up what you can bring, the beauty and totality, of course, and request to all leaders to be in peace, always. Choose the peace. Because in this universe, we cannot say neutrality, you can say balance. So create the balance, choose peace only. Thank you. Thank you, Marjorie. Now we can go to the next slide. Rick, before this, we have to play the plasma connection video. And after that, okay. Thank you, Marjorie.
Okay, we'll go directly to the plasma connection video here. And we'll start that from where we left off last time. I believe we had the answers to question 4 is where we left off. So let's begin that with Marie and Claudia.
Então, essas foram as perguntas e respostas dos membros do Conselho Universal e ela agradece a todos que contribuíram. Thank you, Marie, again.
Thank you, Claudia.
To be here.
Thank you, the Plasma Connection team. and congratulations, because it's your 100 Plasma Connection number 100 today.
Yes. Pode compartilhar, Cris, o slide do número 100?
I think it's the end of the program.
You share. Então, hoje, né, eu gostaria de agradecer o Josafá e o Cristiano pelo número 100 do programa Plasma Connection, assim como todos os buscadores de conhecimento que participaram e ajudaram na realização dos programas, como na divulgação, nas imagens, traduções, e principalmente ao Sr. Keshe por todo o conhecimento nos dado de forma gratuita. So, thank you again, and you have to share the next session for Mr. Keshe about the coronavirus. Will be... So, Maria, do you want to 27 explain what are you doing now? Será, né, dia 27 de outubro. Então, essa é a próxima sessão do Sr. Keshe para as pessoas que tiveram o vírus, ou comorbidades, né? Problemas com a infestação do vírus. Então, está escrito assim: essa será a primeira vez que tentaremos trazer a interação entre a alma e a alma da fisicalidade para trazer as condições que o pós-coronavírus criou para...
Because it's a last question, a 5 question. So, it's minutes before, I don't know.
It has to be a different program. It has to be the 101st.
This is a 5. This last part is a 5 questions.
Oh, it's still coming up, you're saying?
Yes, before that. Because that is a finally. But before that is a...
before that, we played last week, though.
Yeah. No, today, but
I think
maybe.
I think it's finished releasing.
Yeah.
Last
We
week
already played the fourth question
Yes.
last week, and that's
No,
the end of
but
it,
it's 5
apparently.
questions. It's 5 questions.
Then
So
it must be a little further on here. Let's see.
UFOs in huge numbers is
É para todos os seres.
Let's see here. Last week.
it's 4. Finish. I don't know what is finished last week. Maybe.
Last week it was from 104 to 117. And I started it at 117 today, and that's what we got. There's no 5th question that I see.
Okay. Maybe it's for the when it start is I don't know what is time. I give you the time. When I give the message. Maybe for that for today.
It's all right. We can, if it is, we have already seen presented the questions, then we can go to the next slide. And thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Mary. Always. We can go to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's 10:40.
We have to play the first video, giving and receiving.
It's I don't know. It's 10:44 for the message, the intro message.
10:44.
10:40. It's around 10:40.
10 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yes.
In the plasma connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a message I give from us to the plasma connection. I give this. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is from 10:40.
Olá, bom dia ou boa noite a todos, onde quer que vocês estejam. Sejam todos bem-vindos ao Plasma Connection de número 100, um programa criado por buscadores de conhecimento para buscadores de conhecimento. O encontro de almas que sentem a necessidade de entender a criação e a essência de sua existência. Para quem não me conhece, meu nome é Cláudia e estarei com vocês aqui hoje. Esse não é um programa oficial da Fundação, mas sim de buscadores que apoiam a divulgação da Fundação Keshe. Gostaríamos de convidar a todos para estarmos presentes em emoção e alma, durante todo o programa, pois estamos conectados. Agradecer à KF TV, o local onde a ciência encontra com a alma do homem para a paz. Estamos no Plasma Connection para compartilhar o conhecimento da ciência do plasma e trazer nosso entendimento para a conexão entre todos nós. Diante disso, tentamos mostrar a essência do conhecimento da tecnologia e traduzir de forma que vocês mesmos possam se desenvolver. Acessem os canais oficiais. Todo o conhecimento aqui compartilhado é de entendimento dos buscadores que estão compartilhando e vem das aulas presentes nesses canais. Vocês podem encontrar muito conhecimento compartilhado no site em construção, feito por buscadores, onde vocês vão encontrar, por exemplo, estudos fundamentais sobre a tecnologia espacial, como GANs, nano, e sobre a maior tecnologia do universo, que é a alma do homem. No programa passado, tivemos o programa com o nome O Trabalho Interior e Transmutação, que é o Inner Work and Transmutation, com o Josafá e Cristiano. Obrigada mais uma vez por vocês compartilharem seus entendimentos conosco. E hoje, assim, estamos muito felizes, né, em trazer, na verdade, ela não pôde vir estar presente, mas é um áudio que foi feito pela nossa convidada, que foi a Lisbeth Giraldo, que ela é membro do Conselho Universal da Língua Espanhola. Então, nós vamos escutar uma mensagem que ela trouxe para nós hoje, com muita luz, com muito amor, e do coração dela, que eu pedi para ela. Obrigada, então, Lice. Thank you, Lice, for this message, and we will listen this message now. Thank you.
Hola a todos. Gracias por invitarme. Gracias por la labor que las almas de forma con todo el amor incondicional, ese que nos llega desde el Creador, se retransmite a través de nuestras almas, que usamos para cada vez encontrar formas de llevar conocimiento que ya existe en nuestro interior, que ya existe en el interior de cada alma, de cada ser, pero que de alguna manera olvidamos. El objetivo principal de la tecnología de plasma, la razón de ser del Consejo Universal y la Fundación Keshe es el tratado de paz de todas las almas. Cuando hablamos de paz, hablamos de equilibrio. No hablamos solo de esa sensación de plenitud que tenemos cuando, por ejemplo, estamos jugando con un niño y vemos esa felicidad, ese asomo de colores y sabores que se forman en el aire, invisiblemente. Cuando se comparte con la ternura ilimitada, con la inocencia ilimitada de un niño. No es solo esa sensación de plenitud que se consigue cuando empezamos a reconocernos todos como iguales. Cuando reconocemos que todos hemos sido formados por los mismos campos, los mismos rayos de creación magnéticos y gravitacionales. Todo lo que existe está formado de la misma manera. Entonces volvemos a reconocernos como iguales. Y si somos iguales, no hay uno por encima de otro. No hay uno que tenga el derecho de juzgar al otro, Empecemos a quitar nombres y adjetivos que abundan mucho en nuestros idiomas. Hay que replantear muchas cosas culturales, religiosas. La paz empieza por el derecho que tiene el otro también a una vida digna, a tener un empleo que le gusta, a hacer lo que le place, lo que le gusta hacer. No ir a un trabajo de 8 o 10 horas porque no tengo opción. No tengo opción para comer, para mi vestido, etc. Entonces, cuando hablamos de paz, también hablamos de justicia social, de equilibrio en el cual todos tenemos los mismos derechos. En el cual yo no necesito 10 autos parados frente a mi casa, cuando solo necesito 4 ruedas para desplazarme, o solo disfruto de 4 ruedas cuando me desplazo con mi familia. Mientras el vecino de al lado, el vecino del frente, a duras penas, ni siquiera tiene una bicicleta. Ni siquiera le pudo comprar los patines a su niño. Entonces, esa falta de equilibrio trae tristeza, trae un cambio en las emociones. Cuando trae tristeza, trae dolor, trae rabia. En algunas ocasiones. Cuando nosotros no podemos tener una emoción permanentemente con un rango energético muy alto, con un nivel plasmático muy alto, entonces sentimos frío, sentimos calor, sentimos dolor, tristeza, rabia, envidia muchas veces. Son emociones que no nos permiten o que nos dificultan la elevación, la comprensión del conocimiento sobre el Creador y la creación, y por lo tanto, poder disfrutar de ese mismo conocimiento, sabiendo que tenemos el derecho de, conociendo cómo funciona el mundo, cómo funciona la vida, cómo funciona el universo, decidir en qué dimensión nos queremos manifestar, en qué y cómo queremos manifestarnos. Pero todo esto depende de todos y cada uno de nosotros, del cambio que nosotros en nuestro entorno hacemos. Obviamente empezamos como desde nuestra propia casa, en nuestro propio espacio de vida, en aquello de recordar compartir con los seres que parecen inferiores, pero culturalmente nos han dicho que lo son.
Si solo hecho de nosotros compartir físicamente, hablando en este momento, agua de plasma para todos aquellos seres que no pueden ir a buscarla. Hablamos de las plantitas, de los mini animalitos que ni siquiera pueden ir a buscarla. Y las disponemos en unas partes. Estamos encontrando la forma en que su nivel plasmático se eleve. Su nivel energético se eleve porque va a encontrar un punto de equilibrio en su vida. Posiblemente no quien lo está consumiendo en ese minuto, pero sí sus bebés, los que brotan de su vientre, los que nacen de su propia vida. El espacio donde va lo contamina, lo expande plasmáticamente. Son nuestros entornos, no tienen que ver solo con nuestros hijos o no solo con nuestras familias a las cuales nosotros ya usamos agua de plasma para ayudarles internamente en sus cuerpos, para cambiar esa condición y externamente en todo el entorno. Expandimos esos campos. Son las herramientas que tenemos en el proceso de transición y de adquisición de conocimiento. Entonces, es el llamado de todo lo que nos sigue dando resultados, aunque sea físicamente, del uso de la condición plasmática, los usemos, usarlos. Y permanentemente reconocernos, reconocer nuestra alma, reconocer el rango energético de nuestra alma, irlo elevando, aumentando. Y lo aumentamos cuando pensamos, hacemos y hablamos bien del otro. Cada vez que un equivocado pensamiento sobre la forma física o no del otro se nos cruce, aprendemos a hacerla consciente y la anulamos para que este actuar se vuelva normal. Así como en muchas partes han normalizado que puede pasar la droga, por ejemplo, y ver la gente consumiendo droga, por ejemplo, o asesinar o robar, etc., que en muchas partes aparentemente se ha vuelto normal, entonces normalicemos la felicidad, normalicemos la alegría, normalicemos los actos de compartir y de ayudar al otro. Normalicemos el tengo 50 vestidos que no uso, pues realmente ¿cuántos uso? 10. Como para qué tengo 40. Es como nos explicaba alguna vez Mr. Keshe, cuando nos alimentamos de más, nuestro cuerpo no necesita toda esa energía que aún tomamos de los alimentos. Entonces, necesitamos todo esto. Si no lo necesitamos, ¿para qué comemos de más? Nos engordamos porque, bueno, es igual que el conocimiento, lo adquirimos y si no lo aplicamos y lo hacemos parte de nuestra vida diaria y si no lo entregamos, entonces sucede igual, nos engordamos, nuestros campos no aumentan. El rango energético de nuestra alma no aumenta y la mejor forma de ayudar al otro es aumentar el nuestro para poderlo abrazar, porque el más fuerte le da al más débil, pero también a sí mismo. A medida que nuestros rangos energéticos de campos energéticos de nuestras almas expanden, vamos uniéndonos a todos aquellos que también tienen ese rango energético alto y nos atraemos entre todos como un imán. Todos somos parte de la paz. Todos somos el alma de la paz. Gracias.
Beautiful, 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 Lisbeth. Beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you, Lisbeth, my dear. Thank you, Claudia. Again, always, for your beautiful presentation with all good souls. Well, I will say souls. so thank you. Thank you for presenting this, for sharing. Thank you so much. Now we can move to the next slide. Rick, we have to show the videos about the giving and receiving. You have the video, Rick?
I don't know what video is that now. Giving and receiving. I'm not sure what video you mean.
Rick, there is a, I have 1 minute. 1 minute. It was a 509 extract from 509 knowledge seeker workshop. Give and receive the perfect graph cycle. I have posted it to you, and it is in your Telegram. I will post it to you again. Okay.
I don't see it in my Telegram.
Okay, I will post it again. I will post it. 1 minute. Forward.
Oh, I see.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
See that before.
I have two more clips from 520. Yes.
510, 510. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
I didn't see those. Okay. Now it makes sense. Okay, well, we'll watch it in the YouTube, I guess. Okay, this is called Give and Receive the Perfect Maggrav Cycle from Plasma Time. Just a minute while I get that queued up better.
I had another question, if you mind. I remember you when we say the more we give, the more we receive, and then there was a schema that you had these circles in the inside. It's the most gravitational, and then as it goes, opens up, it becomes gravitational with our emotions, the planets, things like that. Could you, with the schema, share with us how the more we give, the more we take, because it's not easy for some people to grasp it.
Always said it's like a cup. The more you take out of it, the more you can put in it. The fresher water you can get in it. And it's understanding in the dimension of the fields and emotion. It has two ways of characteristics when you live or talk about things like this. And one is that your emotion, when you give, is like opening fields wider, because it's not with you anymore. And in opening that, the space gap between the separation of one to the other becomes to fill in, so you receive more of. I explained this years ago. It needs a skill to do it and to show it. And the present, what do you call it, Zoom facilities is not that easy to do. Let's see. Let's see.
Thank you very much.
If you take plasma in what I call I would like it the other way. Okay. Now, if you look at the magnetic fields that they go out. If I have another field going from here, we'll go here. This gap builds up, open and open. So the more you give, if you look at it that way, the bigger this gap comes to receive, if you understand it. This allows more to arrive. Because these two lines of emotion have their own gravitational magnetic fields, and they create at lower strength further separation. And this is the best way I can explain to you. The more you give, the bigger this gap becomes, so the more you receive. And this is the structure of the whole understanding.
Beautiful.
So it's then you, in a way, because it changes the whole structure will change. And as it comes, it condenses. And somewhere in here, it turns back to its, what I call, origin, or again, what we call giving. Because at this point, now it's arrived, it returns. So now you have more to give. So as you take more, you give more. And this is the essence of the creation. That's why we see, we understand the operation of the soul. And if you look at it, it started with the creator, and as it goes further, you get more galaxies and more by the interaction of the fields. So you create more fields to be absorbed.
Thank you, Marjorie. Thank you so much. Beautiful. This is so simple. The explanation, the beauty. what Mehran has asked and told by, I must say, Shriman and Keshe. Beautiful. And yes, there was another video, but we can play it in the next upcoming One Planet, One Race. So here is the here is again bringing the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World. Where I thought we can yes.
Excuse me, Sweta. Do you want me to play the 500, the excerpts from the 510th Knowledge Seekers Workshop? I believe there's 2 excerpts.
Yes, I have. Yeah, if you can, please.
Yeah.
That will be beautiful. Okay. Thank you.
Just get that lined up. I think at 11:12. Pardon me?
Yes, the timestamp has also given.
Okay, let me share that. Okay, this is an excerpt from the 510th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from last Thursday, November 2nd. Okay.
Funny situations, yeah. If we look at try to be very, what do you call it? I'm not a very good drawer, but we put your, what we call brain here, and we put your soul in this position. This to be the position of the soul of the man, in red. Now, in this position, when we breathe air in, as we said before, as we breathe the air in to go down to the lung, the food we eat to go down to the lung, both continuously and without any fail, feed energy, the highest order, to the soul of the man. So what we see is that the stomach of the man needs the solid food to be put as a trap to bring energy fields from the environment, from cosmos to galaxies to the rest. So it's the same with the soul. But that's what you see, the nostrils and the mouth both come to the same place where your air pipes and the line to the stomach go. So the body of the man needs the earth to set trap for absorbing the energy of the, what we call, environment, where the soul of the man uses the contents of the air we breathe to set the trap for the same fields, but an order of its own to receive. It's not just that we set in the, what we call the food as a solid food, as a trap, but also does the same thing. Continuously receiving energies from the environment as the seed to absorb higher order for its operation. And through some of these fields is where we again, due to the strength, in one occasion or other, connect to grandma, grandpa, old friends, future friends, and the rest of it. You say, I foresee the future. I knew I meet you. I saw you in my dream, and now you're here. It is not that we are connected only to the past through these fields. We are connected to the energies which is connected to others, which come from the future and the past. Now we understand the whole process. The energy field of the soul of the man, through the gaseous condition, through what it breathes, will get elevation. And then the physical part is from what man absorbs. So now you understand how much more energy has come or comes to the body of the man just by breathing. And then it comes an interesting part for many of you, which some of you who are so anxious to know how come you can control with breathing the operation of the release of the soul. How come? By changing the breathing system, sequences, capacity of the lung, we decide how this energy releases itself, breaks through its boundaries, and can go out. Because if you look at it in reality, your brain is lined that way. Your lungs are lined that way. You have two halves. Now you understand how the operation of the energy, which is the same as the energy which feeds the soul in the lung of the man, controls the freedom of the soul. But at the same time, being just sitting above the digestion system, the same lung, the same food interacts with the energy of the matter state. In long run, man will realize what you eat, more or less, does not play or plays very little game in transferring its energy, except when it transfers it to the blood in elevation of the soul of the man. And in many cases, brings that down. Now you understand how man, through the reading system, can attract, elevate, control the dreaming and release and expansion of the soul of the man. In a way, when man becomes a bit more wise, you'll find out the digestive system, field creation, extracting from the fields of the universe, the soul of the man, extracting fields from the universe to its strength, in creating a new dimension between the two, creates a crucial point and crucial way in how man will live, the time it lives, and how its dimension of life will change. Then you understand the physicality of the man has kept the soul of the man prisoned through what it consumes from this planet in the matter state. When the time comes that the man will live only through the breathing cycle, that creates enough energy in that the soul of the man will have the capability and the power to absorb all the energy needs, man will be encapsulated. And then that's the time he can transmute. This is what we do with you in the systems. When you feel you fly, when you feel you've been somewhere. Now you understand the knowledge, the technology. But there's a crucial point. In many of my teachings, I always say, when we started the first flight system, when I saw the first flight system in Tehran Sharif University, when the system took off the ground, and then I jumped on it, I sat on it trying to hold it down, and it doesn't go anywhere. It pulled me up and start shattering on the floor, where the bottom blew up. Me forcing the gravity to stick to the ground, forced the emotion of the system to release energy at the bottom end. If you look at the materials which will come sometime later on in the hand of the knowledge system, part of the museum, you'll see that extra plate which we actually glue to the bottom to be able.
Okay, I think that's where we wanted to go with that. It might be a little further than we wished.
Yes, my dear Rick, thank you so much. Thank you. Beautiful excerpt, and always the beautiful and great, I will say great knowledge. And how we manifest, how can we keep the balance? We are learning, of course. Thank you. Any beautiful soul want to say something? And you are most welcome if you want to say something about this. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, we can play this second excerpt. And that starts at the 32-minute mark. And that'll be about 6.5 minutes long.
Say, and that is, we create, we go back to what we call fundamental matter. Fundamental plasma. The initial fundamental plasma, where if you read the books, it tells you the seed sits within the center. And then you have the fission, and you have what we call the basic atom, what you call hydrogen. In a way, your job is to use the soul of physicality outside or inside, or create an environment that the soul of physicality becomes so thin that it embeds the soul, that in that interaction you get the reverse pattern, and with it now, with the inertia of the interaction of the two, you create your manifestation of physicality, and with it sustain life, sustain the existence of the soul of the man. This is what you need to understand. And in the process, you always have to keep the emotion of physicality, soul of physicality, and the emotion of the soul of the man always in operation, in connection, understanding the separation, understanding the power, that man in the space will become a traveler of transmutation, not a traveler of the soul which died when the physicality separated, and become to find his place and position according to strength and a star for billions of years to seed up to become another sign. There is a difference between the present knowledge of the man about his soul and the present knowledge of man, his soul, and transmutation. When you die, physical dimension, your soul is free, and his field of strength dictates where he's got to go, and that's it. You go to galaxy so and so in such a spot, there's a field there, that you are there as it does, maybe at the beginning of the star formation, whatever, and you start your cycle. You have no choice. You sign your sentence with your behavior while you had the opportunity to live as man, and the strength you gathered within combination of the fields and the life of the man has already dictated your position, your present sentence for the rest of the time of the existence of your soul. There is no emotion, there is no cycle of soul of physicality with it, because it took all and it's gone. But with transmutation, through the strength of the emotion, you have that choice. You are given that choice. Now you understand. Now you become the passengers of the space, and you become passengers of what we call the cycle of man. In the dimension of the soul, in the dimension of the strength of the fields. This is where the separation between the death, physical death, and transmutation comes. That's where the difference is, where you have no control in where you're going to end up, because the cycle of your life in the physical dimension of the man, the strength of the field of the physicality of the soul of the man, given to the soul of the man, has zoomed off to his destination, where he finds his balanced field as a dust, as the center of the galaxy, and maybe even is so pure that it reaches the soul of the Creator's strength. Now you understand the difference. Now your dynamic just started. We put you through these systems in the test we do with you. But now, as you come in the November teaching, you see the light. You try to establish the color of the light, or you see no lights, but the energy fields of transmutation is there. You have to decide, do I transfer the emotion of the soul of physicality of the man in between my hands? And in connection between the two, I decide where to fly. In the condition of the physicality of the man, the energy of your physicality is dictated by your stomach and the liquid and the gases and the limbs liquid which you create. In the dimension of the soul, in transmutation of it, you only deal with the fields. There is no food to eat. There is no air to pass the body of the man. And then you understand why for so long I keep on telling you, ignore that magrab, ignore the physicality of it, look at the field transformation of it, look at what it creates as a field. One day you knowledge seekers will build these magrabs, and you will use them for transmutation of your physicality.
Okay, I think that's the excerpt for that part as well.
Yes, my dear, beautifully explained. And it's always a choice for you how to create the balance. So I will say, if anybody wants to say about this excerpt, please. Rick, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, it's a little faint, but yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm saying that if any beautiful soul wants to say something about this emotional balance, or you can say, always we have a choice, you know. So you are most welcome if somebody wants to share anything.
The only thing I see is something that Stephen has shared in the live stream. It was from the previous part of the things we showed, but I'll just read it such that we have a record of it. It says, so in a way, excitement is vibration, is exposure equals feeding. What is your capacitance before your discharge, and to what end or beginning? So a fire of wood, the fire will create coals to smoke, to burn, to move more oxygen, to create more coals for more smoke, for more flame. A spinner, in a way, like salts or crystals, creating motion. Okay, thank you,
Wow.
Steve.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I think we can
So,
move on.
Yes, we can move on. Always. Thank you, my dear. So, dear, here we bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council. As one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Choice is yours, my dear. The ability is yours. So, you are most welcome to share your views, your understanding, your experiences, sharing any any sharing you want to do, my dear beautiful souls. You are most welcome. Thank you.
I don't see anything in our chats or our Q&A, but I would like to just mention I guess the most obvious thing, which is there are needs and wishes from many communities on our planet right now because of the pain and suffering that people on all sides seem to be having. And perhaps we can make a general wish from the Universal Council and from the knowledge seekers of the Keshe Foundation.
Yes, of course.
We wish that the needs of the souls get handled through the ways of the universe, I think is the best way to put it, which they always do get handled through the ways of the universe. So it's not actually the souls that are suffering so much as the physicalities that are involved with those souls. So I think the souls will come through fine, but we do recognize the suffering of the physicalities, and I think that's part of what we can offer is to elevate those souls so they can recognize who they are and get beyond their physical issues that they have at hand. So I was a little long-winded, but basically we recognize the souls that are suffering, and may the results of our efforts be used for the benefit of all beings on the planet and elsewhere.
Beautiful, my dear Rick. Yes, of course. Beautiful. Rick. They are all present in your life. And of course, we all have to see the truth. We should see, because this is the virtue of the heart. And the people suffering, all beings, those are suffering. Everybody is included in this chaos kind of that. But still, we can elevate, we can give all the unconditional love to them so that they can come out of this suffering, pain, and there will be no more suffering anymore. Thank you, Rick. Thanks so much. This is needed. This is indeed. Thank you so much.
I cannot.
Yes.
I cannot little.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Actually, I have many conflict area, not only with the war, with the disaster area. Mr. Keshe all the time call us. It's give you soul, give you unconditionally for the when the people need it, got it, for cover all needs. And thank you for because many times all the souls is given. All the souls is consciously give for to the all beings. Thank you so much, and thank you for continue unifying with us. For that reason, I remember all the time. We are disposed all the time the soul, but especially unifying and 9 p.m. Centralist time for elevate all souls, and of course forgive all souls needed for the existence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear Lisbeth. Really, a big hug to all of beautiful souls. Thank you. This is the love we are. We are the love. Thank you. Now we can move to the next slide, my dear Rick.
I wanted to mention one other thing before we pass to the next one, which is there's another event coming up after the ambassadors meeting, which is the transmutation of light. And I just wanted to mention that here. There's a picture of it. It's also in the Keshe Foundation store. You can sign up for it there. So basically, in this, as it mentions here, it says, in this session, we tried to show the possibility of creation of light through the interaction of the fields within the body of the man and its environment. So basically, that was the creation of light between the hands exercise, and that'll be part of that session. So folks can sign up for that. It's on Friday, November 24th, and it's 500 euros plus VAT. Okay.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you. Take part, my dear beautiful souls from all over the world. Transmute the light. This is the beauty. Thank you. Thank you. Here, we are here to serve, not to be served. So, my dear one, it is our service. It is our responsibility to serve always. Thank you so much. The Universal Council. This is Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language. And again, I welcome you. Suswagatam to the beautiful energy, the beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation. Spaceship Institute organization. Jump in, leap in, love, follow, merge in Keshe Foundation. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
All right. Well, thank you, Sweta, and thanks to all the members of the Universal Council, whether they're present here in the meeting or not. They're present in the planet and in the universe to be of service to allow us to have that interaction. And as we mentioned earlier, there's some of the Universal Council members are at the ambassadors, working up toward the ambassadors meeting coming up in a few days here. And we wish them well, and may they have a great adventure in that whole endeavor. Okay, now let's see, we've got the next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group. And that will be tomorrow, Wednesday, November 8th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And folks are welcome, whether you're a newcomer or an old-timer, with the plasma technology. And we addressed various questions and look at various devices and have a wide variety of topics that we can cover in that workshop. It's more the practical side of the plasma technology. Okay, and we'll go out now with one of Sweta's favorites, the flight enhancement.
Of course.
Spaceship
All the
music.
newcomers. Dance and clap, my dear beautiful souls. Dance and clap.
Yeah. Talk one little thing. Please unify your souls with the people. Actually, in this week, the London, because it started yesterday for the teaching with Mr. Keshe, because it's prepared teaching for all us and the art and the all universal community for the knowledge. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rick, for today, and thank you, everybody.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Liz. All right, I believe, well, I don't think there's anything else left to announce, so let's go forward with the song and dance at the end here.
Song and dance. Yes, of course.
We'll see you all.
Beautiful souls. Yeah, see you
all in the next public teaching workshop, if not before then. Okay, bye for now.